Now, those contesting the 2024 national and provincial elections have until 5 p.m. today to submit their candidate list. The IEC has allowed nominations to be submitted online and also deliveries at its offices in Centurion. Joining us now is Professor Kedibone Phago, who's head of the Northwest University School of Government Studies. A very good afternoon to you, and thank you so much for your time. The ANC has expressed some confidence that the candidates that have been selected will give expression to the promises made in their manifesto. That's what they're saying. Of course, we're yet to see the list. What's your take on that?
Good afternoon, and good afternoon to your viewers. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I think it's quite an important conversation for South Africans. We have really been subjected to a very troubled organization in the form of ANC that is in the government, and especially the caliber of leadership that they have provided to us as citizens. So it is indeed in their best interest and in the best interest of South Africans that the kind of people that they are going to put forward who are going to lead the country, because these people are actually given huge responsibilities of leading of being in parliament and in our provincial legislatures, but many of them go to take the executive positions in government, and some are going to be deployed. So we are really yearning to get the kind of people who will understand the plight of South Africans with the kind of infrastructure collapse we are facing, our roads, the electricity challenges, our municipal offices that are completely dysfunctional. So I think ANC has to come with some more evidence to us and say this is why these people were chosen.
Yeah. In trying to get to that evidence, we also heard ANC spokesperson Mahlengu Mutsiri saying that the candidate selection process has been steered by Kgalema Motlanthe and has been done in a democratic and transparent manner, that all candidates have now agreed to lifestyle audits. I mean, that's quite a bold commitment.
Is, and that is something that has been long overdue, but what we need to understand is that there are two issues. There are political party issues, but there are also governance issues. So the issue of lifestyle audit should not necessarily be a party political issue. It should be a government issue. And because ANC for many years has not really lived up to the expectations of South Africans, and now they are coming and telling us their cadres are have agreed to lifestyle audits. It's really a very cheap politic for a South African like me and you. We need better leaders who will understand that the government is the government for all South Africans, irrespective of their political affiliation. So people who are going to be leading should not even say they are agreeing to lifestyle audit. They should be subjected to that by our own public institutions and government.
We also know that in total, Professor, over 2,000 candidates were selected and 31 of those were declined. And among those declined are those that have served for a long time in cabinet and as the ANC they're indebted to. What does this now point to when it comes to the caliber of leaders and the kind of strategy that the ANC is now moving with?
What has really made the break the camel's back was the state capture and the inquiry that followed, that was chaired by the Chief Justice Raymond Zondo. That people were really misusing public resources and were in wanton and in looting at an industrial scale. So it was not just stealing 1 million or 2. It was really destroying our security sector, our SOEs, and we are in a situation that is dire at the moment. And it is on that basis that I think that the political parties, and especially ANC, that is at the center of our government need to make sure that anyone who is going to be deployed in any form or the other in any government institution or SOE or a municipality need to really go through pass through the master, so we know that there is some level of integrity that these people, integrity test that these people are subjected to. And I think for me that would make our country better and be able to provide better services and resources to the South Africans.
Yeah. We also know, Professor Phago, that Business Day is reporting that Minister Pravin Gordhan, will retire from politics post the elections. Let's expand a little bit about the kind of legacy Gordhan leaves and whether we're likely in this space to see more senior ANC members retiring.
From where I'm sitting, we should indeed be expecting that, because at the moment when we reflect in terms of the government performance for the past 30 years, of course there are major changes and contributions especially from a liberation movement point of view. But I'm not sure that from a government point of view, ANC has lived up to the necessary expectations of the South Africans. And for me, that includes people like Pravin Gordhan, that has been at the center of what government has done. Maybe we need to congratulate him and also acknowledge his contribution, especially in setting up SARS, his role even before that in setting up the system of local government, his role in the development of the white paper on local government. So that was a very important contribution. But I think subsequent to that and what we are seeing his role in the state-owned enterprises, that very high-profile individuals, the SAA CEO who just resigned with a lot of experience, and also the resignation of the CEO of Eskom. These tell, and their reasons were actually almost similar, because they are talking about lack of support from a stakeholder, and Pravin Gordhan represent that stakeholder from government. So his legacy becomes a little bit mixed up as we look at it now.
Very well. Thank you so much for your time, Professor Kedibone Phago, head of the Northwest University School of Government.